started it. Where the Hebrew Israelites come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of spiritual Egypt, which is America. I'd like to give all praise to the Bible, double honors to the apostles, peace, mercy, mercy, salutations to all the brotherhood out there teaching the truth and sincerity in the name of the Lord. Today is Wednesday, 18th, 2025. We got a president who's having a pretty bad time. We get to Isaiah 19. Start at the first one, and it's pretty bad. So what's going on is I'll talk about that for a little bit. Let's see if I can mention it all. There is ice raids. So that's pretty intense right there. That's a big topic because this country is supposed to be the land of where all the immigrants come, right?
Land of the free.
Land of the free. All the immigrants come and make their fucking dreams come true. Well, our president Trump, president of Babylon, he's enforcing some pretty awful rules. And another thing that he's doing is he's acting like a king. He's not acting like a president official. He's doing whatever he wants. Can you get that in Isaiah 19:1?
It's Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, Bashim al-Shai rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
Alright, so now we gotta look at that word idol. Now we gotta break it down. Because the idols of Egypt are not just fucking statues and buildings. They're people.
We got American idols. Those are people. So this is a definition for idol. It says, of naught, good for nothing, worthless, false gods.
False gods. Worthless. Nothing. So let's talk about the false gods, alright? So right now, there's this president, and he's doing what he knows best, but he has it out against anybody who is not the same color as him. And he doesn't say stuff like, we're just targeting criminals or anything. He wants to get everybody out. Because where's he going? He's going to those these people right here on the other side, they worship false idols. So you're getting taken out because you worship false idols. And if you worship false idols, that's one of the commandments.
One of those false idols is Jesus Christ.
That's right.
That's a false god.
That's the one. That's the main one. That's the main idol that we're trying to warn you against.
Here in America, on the dollar bill it says "God bless America."
Yeah. But how's it get blessed when America is this country that they're talking about? Because it's not talking about Egypt.
And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
In the midst of it. All right, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at its presence. So I was talking about the people that right now people are worshiping Mr. Trump. He's making moves. He's got people riled up. He's got people breaking the law. Because you know he has 700 Marines placed in LA, and he has the National Guard set out, California's National Guard, which only the governor of each state has a National Guard, right? Only the governor of that state can call out the National Guard. So, let's see, let me tell you like this. The president says, we're going to use the National Guard, and we have to get the governors of each state involved to help us. Now, he didn't say that, because what has to happen is he needs the permission of Governor Newsom, and he didn't get it. He fucking took it. He said, I'm going to take the National Guard that you're responsible for, and I'm going to commandeer them and put them out there. So guess what? The other idol, Governor Newsom, shall be moved at the other presence, of the other idol. But it's talking about Yahushua when he comes back on the cloud. So that's another thing we're not talking about. And there's a lot of chariots being sighted.
It says a swift cloud.
Yeah, swift cloud, fast.
The only swift cloud there is a UFO or chariots.
Yeah, let me get Revelation 1 and 7.
And it's talking about Egypt, America,
Right.
not the old Egypt.
Yeah. Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kings of the earth shall wail because of him. And so those clouds that are coming, they're coming fast. And if you need a demonstration, I think it's, I'm not gonna get it, but it's, I always use it, but when the Lord sent the angel to kill 180,000 Assyrians in one night, that was pretty swift. So he's gonna send chariots to cover the whole earth. Get the next one?
Just like how it's going to be swift, how this place is going to be destroyed in 1 hour.
So, fast.
It says Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
That's right. Right now, that's happening. And back in Egypt, when Moses and the early Israelites were there, the Egyptians weren't fighting against Egyptians because the Hebrew Israelites were slaves.
Yeah, so it says Americans against the Americans.
And we can explain that in great detail because right now, Mr. Trump, he's separating American families from what he thinks is an illegal immigrant.
And they putting them in concentration camps.
Not even in detention centers, concentration camps. And the apostles could have told you about this. You're going to get rounded up and you're going to get put in concentration.
It said Jacob was going to be put into prison.
Right. And what's he going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Well,
this is the time of Jacob's trouble.
This is. And those Americans that voted for Trump are now against Trump. They're saying his policies aren't what he thought because Mr. Elon Musk, he's the first one capping on it.
It's not with Trump no more.
Yeah, because it's not in his favor. So all you people that don't realize that Egyptians are being set up against Egyptians right now, you can see it now because
Those two parties.
Republican and Democrat,
Yeah.
and that would be a major two parties. But if you take a look at purge. The first one, they said they were going to start a new party, the Founding Fathers Party. And that's basically what this man is doing. Because who is he targeting? And if you don't think it's Egyptian against Egyptian, just go into places of work. So right there it says everyone shall fight against his brother. So right now we have ICE agents that are from the tribe of Issachar, from the tribe of Asher, Naphtali, Reuben, Gad, Manasseh, Ephraim, Zebulun, Simon, Levi, Benjamin, and Judah. All those people are ICE agents, and they're going against their brother.
All the tribes are fighting against each other.
All the tribes are fighting against each other. Judah doesn't even fucking, like right now in the riots, Judah isn't even holding back. They're giving up the fucking workers that don't have license or don't have documents. But here's the thing. Those people that are being deported,
And the Mexicans are fighting the Mexicans. The ones who are getting deported, they're fighting the Mexicans who are from here, right? And the Mexicans who are from here, they want them to get deported.
yeah, those are the sad facts. Egyptian versus Egyptian. Because at one point, those Mexicans wanted to come here so that they can have a better life, and then they get here and then they have kids, and then the kids don't go back to Mexico, and then their kids don't go back to Mexico, and then their kids feel like, oh, we're American, but still you're not. I mean, we are American, but you white people, you're not American.
Yeah, because if you came over here illegal,
Damn.
and then you have a child, that child will have to go back. You know?
That's what they're saying, that the birthright citizenship is no longer good, which can mean that all you parents that were born in Mexico, your kids are gonna be deported. See, but how does that make sense? That would make me someone to get deported, and I wouldn't like that. I would not like that. But if they do, guess what? I mean, that's the Lord's will. I mean, I'm not going to cry about it. Can you finish that?
It says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Damn. City against city. So right now we have, so United States is a big city, right? And they have little cities that are called, what are they called? Asylum states or asylum cities. And what that means is, if you're an illegal immigrant and you're looking for a job, you go to these cities and they won't report you. They won't say that you're illegal. They'll help you get an ID. And then that's what Trump is really fighting.
That's that digital ID.
That digital ID, the real ID, all those IDs.
You need that to go to another city.
That's right. So, you know, really, you're not really paying attention to the scriptures, right? Because it's telling you what's going on and how to expect it.
It says kingdom against kingdom.
And then that is a good part right there, kingdom against kingdom. So what we got going on is, right now, the Egyptians, they are, the American Egyptians in America, they're being forced to ally with Israel because they're attacking Iran. That just happened.
And Russia's going to get in it, and it's America against Russia. They're the same people.
They're the same people. So Egyptian versus Egyptian, that's the whole board. right now, that board is set up with all kinds of nationalities, all kinds of kingdoms fighting against each other. See, once Russia gets involved, well, they're already involved, but once Russia and America get involved against each other, that's gonna be pretty bad.
Once the nukes start flying.
Yeah, because they're not gonna. Russia knows that they can't handle American soldiers. American soldiers are the best fucking trained soldiers. Period. Period. The best fucking trained soldiers. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna say that they're not. But guess what? Russia has nuclear missiles. And they know that they can't handle a fucking soldier-to-soldier fight with the United States. And why is that? Well, because most of the good soldiers,
They've been fighting Ukraine with all the soldiers.
they have been fighting their whole life. And they're over here. They're called veterans. You know, veterans will fight. You know, veterans are they're friends of my friends. There's veterans in the troop. You know, it's pretty sad when those people that dedicated their lives to spiritual Egypt see themselves fighting against their own country.
It reminds me too of that movie, Born on the 4th of July.
Oh man.
With Tom Cruise. He's a veteran, and then after he goes to war, he comes back, and then he's against his own country.
And that's the sad part. Why is he against his own country?
They don't take care of him.
Because they don't take care of you motherfuckers, man. You know, like that white truck that passed by. If we didn't know our rights, our First Amendment rights, Constitutional rights, Fourth Amendment rights, blah, 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 that motherfucker could have rolled up on us and said, hey, get off my grass. But the truth is, this is my fucking grass. This is his fucking grass. This is our grass. This
Pay for this.
Yeah, we pay for this shit. So not only am I going to argue with you, I'm going to show you that I know the Constitution and that I know my laws.
And we even pay for them to work on this land.
Beautiful. You know, beautiful. And then we're going to tell them all that, and then and that's why they don't say shit. You can't say anything. Violating our fucking rights. And guess what? Deep down, there's Yahweh has open. A ton of them. We don't see them. But that's what pumps us up. That's what gets this brother up and makes him say, I'm going to go boot camp today. That's what gets me up. I woke up today at fucking 4 something. And the first thing I thought was, am I late for camp? There ain't even out no sun out. And I'm thinking about, am I late for camp? That's because that's my priority. You see? So now these Egyptians think that protecting their country is their priority, which it is. It is. Because who lives here? You know? Who lives here? We're all mixed up together. And, you know, and some people don't understand that. Like when we were leaving Egypt, and there was people that had married Egyptians with Egyptian kids, and they were acting wild when we were leaving, talking about, Moses, you just sent us out here to die. And that didn't make no damn sense because these people are supposed to be Israelites. Right?
Let's cut now. Just fix it a little bit. Salakia for that. Fixing the camera.
So when these Egyptians realize that, hey, these people have the same rights as us, what do? They'll say, well, they'll, like 4th of July, right? If you're not popping fireworks, they'll think something weird about you. When you ain't celebrating the 4th of July. This 4th of July is gonna be fucking amazing. with all the trouble we're getting into.
Imagine how those things do.
And guess what, Nathaniel? It's fucking June. There is a chip.
There's a lot of chips.
Fuck yeah. Man, guess what, man? I just, I got a credit card, and it wouldn't let me activate it unless I turned on the chip on my phone. And unless I put the app on my phone. See, so everything's going digital. So for you people to say, ain't no chip. Yeah, you crazy. You're crazy. Because you have to have a chip for every fucking thing.
The chip is right here. You know?
Yeah. Can you finish that up?
It says, Isaiah 19:3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
So that's pretty fucking intense right there. Because you're gonna go every which way to look for answers except talk to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You're gonna be looking at wizards, witches, fucking Buddha, all kinds of different places.
Just like the CERN, that they have they're gonna be looking towards technology. You know?
Oh shit, man, and that's a pretty good topic right there because the technology is what's.
That's what comes from the beast.
That's it. So another thing to take care of is, but we're talking about spiritual Egypt today. So spiritual Egypt has all these things. Like they have idols, they have charmers. And what's a charmer? A charmer is those white Christian preachers that tell you that the Hebrew Israelites are lying. That's a charmer. And what's a familiar spirit? The tarot card readers. You know, those psychic palm readers. You know, Miss Cleo and all that shit. And then finally the wizards. Well, the wizards would be the highest, you know, the ones that make things happen. Like Elon Musk. He's a fucking top-notch wizard.
Like the Illuminati.
That's right. But we're only going to talk about Egypt versus Egyptian. The other stuff is for another time. So you're basically going to be looking towards all these things for answers. You're not going to get answers. You're going to get more questions.
Even the secret societies, they're against America too.
Oh, and if you don't think that there's secret societies, every town has a Mason's Hall. Every town that's incorporated has a Mason's Hall, and it has a compass and the ruler.
Yeah.
That's a secret society. So you're telling me?
Yeah, because if you try to join them, the only way you're gonna get information is to join them.
And you got to do some weird stuff.
You can't just join them. You can't just join them for nothing.
Yeah. It's you have to be somebody. You have to know about them.
And not just anybody could join them.
Yeah.
You know?
They take people that have a position in society. We don't have no fucking position. We can't say nothing. Like what are we gonna do?
They want people with knowledge. You know?
They want doctors, engineers, officers, sheriffs, people like that. Let's get the next one.
Isaiah 19:4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh of hosts.
Hey, doesn't that sound like Trump?
He's a fierce king.
Fierce king. And the Egyptians will give over into the hand of a cruel lord. He's pretty fucking cruel. He doesn't give a fuck about you fucking African tribes. Tell me he does. Well, why would he care about you?
He's already went through the whole world trying to change things. You know?
Yeah, he already went the extra mile for you. He showed the whole world how much he fucking hates you in his first 100 days of office. That was his main priority, to get you fucking wetbacks out of here. To get you niggers out of here. You fucking idiots. And then you're fucking fighting against each other, you stupid motherfuckers. Judah snitching on Mexicans snitching on Judah. You guys are foul, man. You guys are foul. So, you know, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them. So that's Mr. Trump.
Because it was Black Lives Matter, right, with Judah. Now it's with Issachar.
And they're taking apart the people that basically built this fucking country.
Esau's trying to go after the judge.
You know, that's pretty intense right there, because there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. Let's get the next one.
Isaiah 19:5, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up.
So the waters shall fail from the sea. So waters would be people, right? The people and the places, because they all come over here. And the tongues, right? And they're all speaking different things. But the river that's going to be dried up, you know, that'll go into Revelation, and they'll tell you that it's going to dry up a river Euphrates, right? But let's talk about what a river does to a community. Let's say we started a community. The first thing we need to do is go near water, because we're going to have to plant. We're going to have to get that water. So a river would be pretty good, right?
Yeah, because water is always the first thing that you need.
Water is the first thing that you fucking need. So what's the first thing that you fucking take away from
That's the first thing you need when you plant.
Oh shit, man. No farmers in any part of the world could farm anything without water. You dry up all their water, they ain't farming shit.
And then to keep it living, you gotta
need water.
Keep giving it water.
So that's a precursor to the famine. See, you motherfuckers are in deep doo-doo. You know, you can't do anything when you're fucking starving.
That's all these prices going up.
Yeah. So let's talk about just eggs, man. Eggs are like $8-9 for 12 eggs.
Yeah, I was just stocking eggs last night.
Yeah. Oh, well, and if you need eggs, let me know, because I got chickens. You know, I'll bring you a dozen. But how? You know, let me tell you how much it costs to get those dozens. Okay, so I gotta feed them water. That's every fucking day. Water. I got a big pan of water. I got 3 roosters in cages. I gotta feed them. I gotta make sure to feed them because they're in cages. Otherwise, they'll die. I gotta make sure that they stay cool. Otherwise, they'll die. And I gotta collect all the eggs. Otherwise, the chickens will eat the eggs if I don't feed them, and they'll become carnivores. So I have to do all these things just to collect eggs. But guess what? My egg basket in the fridge is fucking full. I got like about 70 eggs. But how did I do that? There's the care, there's the maintenance, but I have to feed them certain things. I have to go buy a bag of food that's specific for egg laying. So it's called egg laying pellets. And then I supplement that with a bag of protein. But I'm not just gonna pick out, you know, garbage stuff, because I'm gonna eat it. It's basically gonna feed me. So it's a lot of care. And if I don't have water, man, I don't have chickens. That's the bottom line, man. If we don't have water, we don't have food. The next one.
Isaiah 19:6, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of the fence shall be emptied and dried up, the reeds and flags shall wither.
So, you know, how does the river turn away? A river would be somewhere where you can get resources. So that would be the other fucking countries. You know, your NATO.
Just like what's it called? The tariffs?
Yeah, the tariffs are fucking you up. Your homies don't even want to be your homies anymore. And when your water runs dry, That's when it says your flag shall wither. So, keep going. Stop it.
Yep, and they're burning the American flag too right now.
Shit. I bet you it's Americans doing it.
And then Trump said, I think whoever burns the flag will be arrested for a year or something.
See that? That is fucking dictatorship because that's freedom of speech. You can say fuck America. You can burn your American flag. You can burn
bought it.
Yeah, it's yours. You bought it. You could do that. Look it up, motherfuckers. But guess what? Trump said you're gonna go to jail for a fucking year. You don't have no fucking rights here. You can burn the American flag. It's your political point of view, right? And the Constitution is supposed to protect that. But he's a king. He's not a president because the president is supposed to defend the Constitution. A king does whatever the fuck he wants.
It's like he don't care about nobody but himself.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Isaiah 19:7, the paper reads by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away and be no more.
That's important. Like we were talking about setting up a place, right? A place to live. You have to have water. And you have to have water because if you have a fucking herd of cows, it's easier to take the cows to the river than to bring the river to the cows. And that's how you take your herds down to go eat the pastures that are fed by the brooks. You know, but
all the crops and all the greens.
But right here, the brooks represent minerals because they're using minerals to make your cars. They're using minerals to make your clothes. Hey man, they're fucking using minerals to make your clothes. Minerals are in your food. So right now there's what's it called? Lithium.
GMOs.
Lithium is being fucking. They need it right now because their technology is finally getting to the place where they can think that they can compete with the chariots. It's not true, but we'll let you think that. You know, and let's see. Keep going.
Isaiah 19:8, the fishers also shall mourn, and all they that cast angle into the brooks shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish.
So yeah, that's talking about fishing, but also working. Like everything that you do, because a fisher. Let's talk about when the Lord was in Israel and he caught Peter, right? What was Peter doing? He was fishing. That is the biggest form of income. Fishing. Because there's fish in the sea, fish in the river. There's abundance, fish everywhere. And did you know that plankton releases 50% of the world's oxygen? But he was destroying the ocean.
Yeah, and he's destroying the trees.
That's what he said you were gonna do. And you are doing that.
Yeah. When we celebrate Christmas.
Man, damn. Like you fucking plant those motherfuckers. Like everything that's a resource that Yahweh Bashim Hawashai gives you to make it, you're taking advantage of it.
Because right now they're growing nice and good right now, but
Yes.
then they're gonna die later.
That's right. And it's not, you're not supposed to take trees like that. Like just to decorate them. Because at the top of the trees, they're releasing oxygen. They're supposed to take in the carbon dioxide. But plankton does that too. So you destroy the sea, like the scripture said, you're gonna be fucked up. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up in a couple of precepts. Get the next one.
Isaiah 19:9. Moreover, they that work in fine flax and they that weave networks shall be confounded.
Okay, now I'm gonna try something I have never tried before. It says those who leave network. Now, what are we on right now? We're on a network. The internet. We're on a network. See, we don't use the book, the hardback book anymore. We use tablets, we use our phones. Every brother now does. We're on networks. Okay? Networks, baby. Because what's a net? It's a series of webs tied together to capture something.
Like a fisher.
Exactly.
He has a net.
And how did they fish us?
Through the net.
Through the net.
The internet.
The internet.
It's not the outer net.
It's the internet. Okay, the net within. So, that's going to be destroyed. And if you destroy the internet, you destroy communication and everybody's going to be lacking. So really, it's a spiritual thing, man. It's a spiritual thing. So when the rivers dry up and when the internets are done, that means the famine is hitting hard.
We can see that right now.
It's coming, baby. It's coming. Now, you might say, oh, Brother Kawak, you crazy, you tripping. Okay, yeah, I might be. I might be losing it, but I'm trying to keep it together. And I'm not losing it like I'm losing it. I'm losing it like a baseball fan watches a baseball game and his fucking favorite hitter goes up and he hits a grand slam. That's when I'm losing it because I'm seeing the prophecies come, and I'm excited.
Because we woke up and seen the truth,
That's right,
If we wouldn't lose it, we'd be asleep, and we wouldn't care about that.
Get the next one.
Isaiah 19:10, and they shall be broken in the purposes thereof, all that make sluices and ponds for fish.
So it's not really talking about fishing, but remember, fishing was the main industry back in the day. What is the main industry right now? Technology. Technology is a fucking main. Every fucking thing on the fucking road has a piece of technology. Everything in the sky has a piece of technology.
Technology makes the world go around.
Exactly. Your water, like the rivers that are gonna stop, is that talking about the water that you get to your house? Because that runs on technology. The networks cease to exist. Your water fucking stops working. Your plumbing stops working. Your gas stops working. Your electricity stops working. Those are fucking flowing rivers. Those are currents.
Yeah. All the welfare aid and all that.
And that's stopping too. They're taking the fucking everything away because you're supposed to report income, right? And a lot of people that are on welfare are immigrants.
Yeah.
But they can't be on welfare if they're not here. And if they're not here, it's because you kick them out of the country. These people are trying to fucking work, trying to make a living, trying to make your country better. They're the ones paying your taxes. You what a fucking bitch, man. Cruel ass king. They're paying your taxes. Yeah, they are paying your taxes because they're depending on the income tax, on the rebate every year. Man, what a stupid motherfucker, man. I mean, it sounds like you're doing the right thing because you're an Edomite and that's the way the Lord set you up. But if you think about it business-wise, you're hurting yourself, buddy. Because now, guess what? Now you don't need farm workers. We're gonna have robots doing all this. So let's get. This will be the last one. Let's see. 18. Get 18.
Isaiah 19:18, and that day 5 of Egypt's cities. Hold on, I got the NLT. Isaiah 19:18, and that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, and swear to Yahweh Shai of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction.
Okay, see, I had to stop there because that's a banger. Let's read it slow, and let's go phrase per phrase.
In that day shall 5 cities.
All right, 5 cities. 5 cities, like what? Like what? 5 cities. Like Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Sodom and Gomorrah had 5 cities. Remember that. Keep going.
Shall in the land of Egypt, 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan.
So what's the language of Canaan? Isn't it Hebrew? Now, now it said Canaan. Now it's throwing us off. But it also said Egypt. So it said 5 cities in the land of Egypt shall speak the language of Canaan. And this is spiritual Egypt. And every time we open up, we get praises in the language of Canaan. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Papadas. Okay, so let's keep going.
And swear to Yahweh Hashem Shai of hosts.
That's what we do all day, every day. We're out here telling you what's going on, what the prophecies are going to come to pass in the name of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So we're basically swearing.
One shall be called the city of destruction.
And this is the city of destruction, because the city of destruction is spiritual Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah. So if it's all those cities together, it's mentioning all the cities that got destroyed, whether it was spiritually destroyed by curses like Egypt, or physically destroyed with nuclear devastation by the chariots like Sodom and Gomorrah.
America is just one city. Just one,
It's a big city. It's a big city within little cities, right? It's one big city.
Because it's called Babylon the Great. You know, it's one. It's a whole, one whole.
Yeah. But also the cities that it's talking about is Washington D.C. That's the military. London is a financial, and Rome is a spiritual. So those cities are going to get destroyed too. Then all those have everything to do with America's power struggle.
Father.
Oh, what? Yeah, all that. So, you know, I hope this lesson was edifying. Till the next time, we're going to give praise to double honors to the apostles, peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Shalom.